Bandeham Shigaro Shiyata Parakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavam Scha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Bitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Bharijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashakam Vitam Stya Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Nama Gorva Bishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govindamidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bijapradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadikavaranam Vairagya Vidyambunim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shivaram Madeka Sharanam Nyasheshwara Shridaram Vanchakopatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tavishe Namo. So we're hearing from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. This is Madhya-lila chapter 13, the Lord's dancing at Ratha-yatra. So start with text number 161. Esab Artha Prabhu Swaruparasane Ratri Dine Ghare Basi Kore Ashwadane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit in his room with Swarup Damodar and taste the topics of these verses day and night. So this is during Mahaprabhu, his time feeling separation, he's with Swarup Damodar. And Swarup Damodar would usually sing verses, and Ramananda Roy would recite verses. But Mahaprabhu would sit in his room with Swarup Damodar and taste the topics of these verses day and night. Nritya Kali se bhave avishtahaya shloka pade nache Jagannath mukachana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, completely absorbed in ecstatic emotion, while looking at the face of Lord Jagannath. He danced and recited these verses. Swarup Kosara Bhagya Najai Barnad Prabhute Avishta Jara Kai Bhakyaman. No one can describe the good fortune of Swarup Damodar, for he is always absorbed in the service of the Lord with his body, mind, and words. Swarupara Indriye Prabhura Nijendriya Gan Avishtahoya Kore Gana Ashwadan. The senses of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were identical with the senses of Swarup. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to become fully absorbed in tasting the singing of Swarup Damodar. So that's Swarup Damodar sings, and sometimes Ramananda Roy recites verses. Bhavera aveshekavu bhumete basya tarjanite bhume like adhomukha hoya. In emotional ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes sit on the ground and looking down would write on the ground with his finger. Angulite kata habe janidamudar bainija kore nivaraye prabhukara. Fearing that the Lord would injure his finger by writing in this way, Swarup Damodar checked him with his own hand. Prabhura bhavanu rupa Swarup heragan Jabije rasataha kore murtiman. Swarup Damodar used to sing exactly according to the ecstatic emotion of the Lord. Whenever a particular mellow was being tasted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar would personify it by singing. Sri Jagannath Aradeke Sri Mukha Kama Tahara Upara Sundar Nayana Jugal Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked upon the beautiful lotus-like face and eyes of Lord Jagannath. Suryara kirane mukha kore jalama maya bastra dibya alankara parimo. Lord Jagannath was garlanded, dressed with nice garments and adorned with beautiful ornaments. His face was glittering from the ray of sunshine, and the entire atmosphere was fragrant. Prabodaridoyananda Sindhu Utalila Unmara Janja Bhata Tatakane Utila. As soon as transcendental bliss expanded in the heart of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and symptoms of madness immediately, an ocean of transcendental bliss expanded in the heart of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and symptoms of madness immediately intensified like a hurricane. Anandon mare utaya bhavera taranga nana bhava sanye upajila judam ranga. The madness of transcendental bliss created waves of various emotions. The emotions appeared like opposing soldiers staging a fight. Bhavodoya, Bhavashanti, Sandhi, Shavalya, Sanchari, Sattvika, Stayi, Swabhava, Prabhaya. There was an increase in all the natural emotional symptoms. Thus there were awakening emotions, peacefulness, joined, mixed, transcendental and prevalent emotions, and impetuses for emotion. So these are dealing with technical terms of ecstasy and different ecstatic symptoms, and that they're not really precise English translations, and that's why it sounds like this a little bit. There was an increase in all the natural emotional symptoms. Thus there were awakening emotions, peacefulness, joined, mixed, transcendental and prevalent emotions, and impetuses for emotion. But actually this is bhavodoya, like an awakening of emotion, and bhavashanti, emotional but peaceful, and sandhi. Sandhi, let's see what sandhi here is. Sandhi, a junction where two emotions become mixed, and then there's the joining point is a sandhi, like the sandhya of day and night or something like that. Peacefulness, joined, and then savalya, mixing of different symptoms or different emotions. Then sanchari, impetus is what creates the emotion. Sattvika, transcendental. It says sattvika. But sattvika, sthayi, prevalent. Sabhava, natural emotions. Okay. Prabhaya, increasing. So it's a way that different ecstatic emotions show themselves. And this is also during Ratha-yatra. All these things are passing, moods passing through Mahaprabhu. Prabhura sharir jena shuddha hemacha bhava pushpad drumatahe pushpita sabha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body appeared like a transcendental Himalayan mountain, bearing ecstatic emotional flower trees, all of them blooming. Dekite akarshaye savar chitaman Premamrita, Vriste Prabhu, Sinche Savarman. The sight of all these symptoms attracted everyone's mind and consciousness. Indeed, the Lord sprinkled everyone's mind with the nectar of transcendental love of Godhead. Jagannath Sevaka Jata Rajapatragan Chatrika Loka Nilachala Basi Jatajan. Mahaprabhu sprinkled the minds of the servitors of Lord Jagannath, the government officers, the pilgrim visitors, the general populace, and all the residents of Jagannath Puri. He gave them he gave his ecstasy. He sprinkled it upon everyone. Prabhupada Nitya Prema Deki Hoy Chamatkar Krishna Prema Ucha-lila Hridoye Savar. Upon seeing the dancing and ecstatic love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became astonished. In their hearts, they became infatuated with love of Krishna. Very nice. Preminache Gai Lo Kore Kolaha Prabhupada Nitya Deki Sabe Anande Vivo. Everyone danced and chanted, and an ecstatic love and a great noise resounded. Everyone was overwhelmed with happiness, with transcendental bliss, just to see the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anjara Kai Jagannatha Haladar Prabhupada Nitya Deki Sute Chalila Mantar. Apart from the others, even Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram, with great happiness, began to move very slowly upon seeing the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they're moving very slowly. Their cars are moving very slowly. Kabu Suke Nritya Ranga Deke Rata Raki Se Kotuka Je Dekila Se Tara Shakti. Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram sometimes stopped the car and happily observed Lord Chaitanya's dancing. Anyone who was able to see them stop and watch the dancing bore witness to their pastimes. Emata Prabhu Nritya Korite Brahmite Prataparudra Age Lagila Padite. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and wandering in this way, he fell down in front of Maharaj Prataparudra. Sambrame Prataparudra Prabhu ke darila tahake dekite Prabhu Bhayagyana hoila. Maharaj Prataparudra picked the Lord up with great respect, but upon seeing the king, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his external senses, because Mahaprabhu fell in front of him, and the king picked up Mahaprabhu. Rajadeki Mahaprabhu Korana Dikar Chi Vishaira Sparsha Hoila Amar. After seeing the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned himself, saying, Chi, oh how pitiful it is that I've touched a person who is interested in mundane affairs. Oh, how pitiful it is that I've been touched by this mundane person. Abhishete Nityananda Nahoila Sabadane Kashishwara Govinda Achila Anyastane. Not even Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Kashishwara Govinda, took care of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he fell down. Nityananda was in great ecstasy, and Kashishwara and Govinda were elsewhere. Jajapi Rajaradeki Hadira Sevan Prasana Hayat Shetare Milibare Man. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already been satisfied by the king's behavior, for the king had accepted the service of a sweeper for Lord Jagannath. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually desired to see the king. Tatapi apana gane korite sabadan baye kichu roshabasa koela bhagavan. However, just to warn his personal associates, the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, externally expressed feelings of anger. Prabhu Rabachane Rajar Mane Hoila Bai Sarvabhoma Kohe Tumi Na Kora Sanshai. Maharaj Prataparudra became frightened when Lord Chaitanya showed external anger. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told the king, "Don't worry." Tomara upare prabhur suprasanaman toma lakakori shikayena nijagan. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya informed the king, the Lord is very satisfied with you. By pointing you out, he was teaching his personal associates how to behave with mundane people. Avasara janiyami koriba nivedan sekala jai korea prabhuramilan. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya continued, I shall submit your petition when there is an opportune moment. It will then be easy for you to come and meet the Lord. Tabe Mahaprabhu Ratha Pradakina Korea Ratha Pache Jai Tele Rate Matadiya. After circumambulating Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went behind the car and began pushing it with his head. Telite Chalila Rata Hara Hara Kori Chaturdike Lok Sabe Bole Hari Hari. As soon as he pushed the car, immediately he's pushing the car with his head. Mahaprabhu. As soon as he pushed the car, immediately started to move, making a rattling sound. It made it sound like hurrah, hurrah, the car. The people all around began to chant the holy names of the Lord. Hari, Hari. Tabe Prabhu Nija Bhakta Gana Loya Sange Baladeva Subhadragre Nritya Kore Range. As the car began to move, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his personal associates in front of the cars occupied by Lord Balaram and Subhadra, the goddess of fortune. Greatly inspired, he then began to dance in front of them. Tahan Nritya Kore Jagannath Agedila Jagannath Deki Nritya Korite Lagila. After finishing the dance before Lord Baladev and Subhadra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came before Lord Jagannath's car. Upon seeing Lord Jagannath, he began to dance again. Chaliya Aila Rata Balagandistane Jagannath Rata Raki Decade Dahine Bane. When they reached the place called Balagandi, Lord Jagannath stopped his car and began to look left and right. Bame Vipra Shashana Narikelaban Tahine Tu Pushpodhyana Jena Brindavan. On the left side, Lord Jagannath saw a neighborhood of Brahmins and a coconut tree grove. On the right side, he saw nice flower gardens resembling those in the holy place Vrindavan. Agenritya Kore Gora Loya Bhaktagan Ratha Raki Jagannatha Korana Darshan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees were dancing in front of the car, and Lord Jagannath, having stopped the car, watched the dancing. Sestale Bogalage Achaye Niyama Koti Boga Jagannatha Kore Ashwada. It was customary that food be offered to the Lord at Vipra Shashana. Indeed, innumerable dishes of food were offered, and Lord Jagannath tasted each one of them. Jagannathera Chota Bora Jata Bhaktagan Nija Nija Uttama Boga Kore Samarpan. All kinds of devotees of Lord Jagannath, from neophytes to the most advanced, offered their best cooked food to the Lord. Raja Raja Mahishi Brinda Patra Mitragan Nilachala Base Jata Chota Borajan. These devotees included the king, his queens, his ministers and friends, and all other big and small residents of Jagannath Puri. At that particular place, they stopped the cars, and actually Lord Jagannath stopped the car in this. And this is in a place called Viprashashana. It's a word generally used in the Orissa province to indicate the quarters where Brahmins lived. But anyway, everyone in Jagannath Puri has cooked things, and they're offering they're offering to Lord Jagannath from different sides of the car and from different places. It's just everyone gets a chance to offer to Lord Jagannath. Sestale boga lage achaye niyam kote boga Jagannatha kore ashwadan. Well, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees were dancing in front of the car, and Lord Jagannath, having stopped the car, watched the dancing. It was customary that food be offered to the Lord and Vipra Shasana. Indeed, innumerable dishes of food were offered, and Lord Jagannath tasted each one of them. Jagannatha Chota Bora Jata Bhaktagan Nija Nija Uttama Boga Kore Samarpan. All kinds of devotees, on 197, all kinds of devotees of Lord Jagannath, from neophytes to the most advanced, offer their best cooked food to the Lord. Raja Raja Mahishe Brinda Patra Mitragan Nilachala Bashe Jata Chota Borajan. I'm repeating this. These devotees included the king, his queens, his ministers and friends, and all other big and small residents of Jagannath Puri. Nana Desher Deshi Jata Chatrika Jan Nija Nija Bogatahan Kore Samarpan. All the visitors who had come from different countries to Jagannath Puri, as well as the local devotees, offered their personally cooked food to the Lord. So the word here used for countries is Desh. And actually, if you consider different countries, within India itself, there are many different deshes where they speak, they're different, called different deshes, or like different countries, although they're within India, but they speak different languages, or different geological. But people from all over India would come to Jagannath Puri, and perhaps people from other countries also. But Age Panche Dui Parshve Pushpodhyana Bane Jay Jaha Paya Lagaya Nahika Niyame. The devotees offered their food everywhere, in front of the car and behind it, on the two sides and within the flower garden. Wherever possible, they made their offering to the Lord, for there were no hard and fast rules. Bogara Samai Lokera Mahabida Hoila Nritya Chari Mahaprabhu Upavane Gela. While the food was being offered, a large crowd of people gathered. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped the dancing and went to a nearby garden. Premaveshe Mahaprabhu Upavana Payam Pushpa Jane Griha Pindaya Rahila Padiya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the garden and, immersed in great ecstatic emotion, fell flat on a raised platform there. Nritya Parishrame Prabhur Dehe Ganagarma Sugandhe Shitala Bayu Korana Sevana. The Lord was very much fatigued from the hard labor of dancing, and there was perspiration all over his body. He therefore enjoyed the fragrant, cool breeze of the garden. Jata Bhakta Kirtaniya Asya Harame Pratebrika Tale Sabe Korana Vishrame. All the devotees who had been performing Sankirtan came there and took rest under each and every tree. Eta Kohila Prabhur Maha Sankirtan Jagannathara Age Jaiche Korila Nartan. Thus I have described the great performance of congregational chanting by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he danced in front of Lord Jagannath. Ratha Grete Prabhu Jaiche Korila Nartan Chaitanyastake Rupa Gosai Koriache Varnan. In his prayer known as the Chaitanya-astaka, Srila Rupa Goswami has given a vivid description of the Lord's dancing before the car of Jagannath. Ratha Yash Yarat Abhi Paravi Nila Chalapater Adabra Premarmi Swarita Nata Nolasa Vivashaha Saharsham Gayabi Paravritta Tanur Vaishnava Janai Sat Chaitanya Kimme Punar Api Drishor Yashati Param. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced down the main road in great ecstasy before Lord Jagannath, the master of Nilachila, who was sitting on his car, overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss of dancing and surrounded by Vaishnavas who sang the holy names. He manifested waves of ecstatic love of Godhead. When will Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again be visible to my vision? Iha jai shuni se Sri Chaitanya pai Sudrina Vishvasa Saha Prema Bhakti Hoy. Anyone who hears this description of the car festival will attain Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He will also attain the elevated state by which he will have firm conviction and devotional service and love of Godhead. Shri Rupa Raghunath Padijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas, praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadas narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 13th chapter, describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic dancing at Lord Jagannath's car festival. Okay. So now we'll sing Hari Hari. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Giridhari Gopinatha Madanaman Giridhari Gopinatha Madanaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Jaranara Shiva Sari Gora Bhaktivedanta Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandan Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandan Jawite Vignana Shabi Stapuran Jawite Vignana Stapuran Chai Gosai Jar Mui Taradan Chai Sabar Pada Renu Mora Panchaga Sabar Pada Renu Mora Panchaga Tadar Shanana Sevi Bhakta Saniva Adar Shanana Krishna Madhya-lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhya Man Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Narottamodam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Tilak Neri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sada Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sada Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Radev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivedanta Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem Se Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu ki jai. Vishvavarenya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupad ki jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Sri Navadip Dham ki jai. Sri Ram Mayapur ki jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Saparshada Sriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Sri Kaladev ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram ki jai. Ganga Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan. Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jewel ki jai. Shri Purushottama Dham ki jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jewel ki jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nishingadev ki jai. Bhakta Prabhata Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All the assembled devotees ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.